at. So we're adding in the technology for people to use now.
We talked about how, man, we handled that pandemic. Could we have done that 100 years ago? I mean, we flipped in a day, everything online, and handled it like a pro. Even though it wasn't perfect, I don't know that we could have done that if we didn't have the technology and all the skills that we have now.
And then think about all the kids many years ago that had like disabilities, or they didn't prefer to kind of sit and get, and they just weren't successful because they didn't get anything from school and they weren't prepared to go out in the workforce.
We were talking about, like, I have a special needs brother. I would have loved for him to have lived now. You know, what our SPED department, the things that we do for kids are so much more inclusive. I think Lindsay was talking about the diploma, right, that they have the opportunity to get. So
all right, here, sorry to cut you off there, Candace. I'm looking at Kasey. I'm having to cut you off a little bit there when just a few seconds over, but Kasey will probably give that back to you. Megan, your team, you're up.
So we respectfully disagree. We think that students are not prepared for the workforce today. One thing that they lack are soft skills that employers are looking for. They also don't have, basic skills like writing professional emails, learning how to file their taxes, applying for small business loans, things of that nature.
One of the top skills that employers want is time management. And many of our schools have adopted flexible deadlines where you can turn work up in right until the day, or even no zero policies. And in the workforce, a deadline is a deadline. And if you fail to do something, you're going to lose your job. And schools right now are teaching students that you can turn things in late. You don't have to do it exactly the way I want it. Just give me anything and you're not going to be penalized.
Many students today are lacking problem-solving skills. They don't think independently, and there's a lot of hand-holding that goes on in school, so they don't know how to think for themselves. They need to be told exactly what to do.
All right, round two here. Dan, your team.
Students are collaborating a lot more today. They are progressing because they're working together, and they are producing versus
even though they might be lacking in some of the soft skills needed, they are going to be more efficient in the technological skills that are needed in today's world. I mean, a lot of jobs aren't centered around those soft skills anymore. They're more centered around them being able to navigate through technology and communicate effectively, in a digital world.
And we actually, in our math class, we had students working with a budget to practice percentages, and they even filled out we showed them like a check, and they saw how that was filled out and things like that. So you can still incorporate those with technology. It's just a matter of doing that, and if the teacher is doing that. So that's more of like what you're choosing to teach, because it can be incorporated into today's education.
All right, Megan's team.
And to rebut that, saying that we are preparing kids better for technology jobs, we are not. Currently, computer science is the fastest growing industry. There's 500,000 job openings right now that Facebook, Google, YouTube cannot find qualified students to fill. And it's because our schools are not teaching computer science. Yes, kids know how to have a gadget, they know how, but they don't know how to create with computers, and that is the technology jobs that people are after.
And we're also not preparing them for what the employers are saying what they want. For example, leadership. They might have a gadget in their hand, they might be able to do it, and the kids think, well, I've got this, I can lead people through this. And there's research out there that shows about 80% of the kids think they're ready to go, but employers are saying no, about 30% are. And they're saying that they can't critically think when they come to the workforce.
7 in 10 companies report talent shortages.
All right, so here's what we do, okay? We're doing we're doing well with our time. We're going to go back to our breakout room for just 2 final minutes. Anybody speak in your breakout room and get prepared for your final attack and come back with some attitude. 2 minutes. Last round. Kasey, I want to send you.
You want to send me? You don't have to. I'm
Just
just
go
going
to.
to not go.
Okay. I wanted to hear if there's some attitude in there.
Then go in there. Stir it. You know you love stirring it. I'm not stirring it.
And without the knowledge of how to Google.
Do it.
Yes.
Yes.
Drop that mic.
We started to Google our own facts, but then realized without our knowledge, we could not be Googling those facts. So we just left it at that. Boom.
But I also think like one of their points was talking about like they struggle with problem solving, but it's like in any job they're collaborating anyway. Like I feel like it's more of they were.
What's their attitude?
It's pretty good. I'm going one more. We got 1 more minute, so let me check B.
There are so many basic skills and things that get left out, especially if a kid happens to fall behind, that they don't pick up.
I saw Dawn hold up a sign that said the whole child, and I don't know if the whole child is really being addressed. Like we say we're doing that in schools, but I think we could do better.
Oh, we only have 60 seconds. Someone should say our list of 7 points right above that too, as the main areas that we're lacking in prep. So communication, time management, critical thinking, and problem solving.
It should.
You stir them up.
No, I didn't say a word. It's just intense.
Good.
On the other team,
I really like this idea of going back, let you re-huddle. That's good.
Yeah, well, we did it in Arkansas. We said, just go take a huddle real quickly, and they just kind of did that. And so,
well, and then they brought me stuff. Remember when I was debating?
Yes.
They brought me talking points.
You didn't need help though, remember?
Well,
you killed it.
You know how this goes.
Whew, it's intense.
Can you get bonus points for being the first team back?
Yeah, exactly.
The judges aren't here either.
Abby, I was just telling Kasey how intense both. I dove into both of them, and y'all were intense. This is good. So looking for one more, but I think that may be Lindsay who is teamed up. That's right. Yeah. So I think we're good. And so let's go. So we're ready. Dan's last team, bring the attitude, 1 minute. And Kasey may even fudge and let you go 1:15 if you really are rocking it.
Go, Abby.
Just if I can't find the timer.
Wait, are we allowed to speak again? The people who are not allowed to speak
Oh, still not? Okay, we wanted to make the point that the prompt says that we are stronger and more capable of preparing students. And I don't think there's any doubt that we're moving in the right direction. We may not be there, but the emphasis on whole child and on collaboration and critical thinking is moving us in the right direction, and we are better capable now. We also wanted to make the point, Brittany.
We were going to look up
Chelsea,
some
there you
data to rebuttal Jen's data, but then we realized we couldn't even do that if we didn't know how to use Google, so we just stopped right there. Booyah! You need it, people. You need it. You need the skills.
Uh-oh.
You need Google.
There's also like so many more like avenues for success now. So, and there are so many schools that they do have those hard deadlines, but there's also not one way to be a successful student or a successful citizen in the U.S. You have multiple options. If you don't fit into one avenue, there are other ways to be successful.
All right. And Megan's team.
So testing culture and educational standards do not replicate the workforce. These things focus on pieces of information and knowledge that do not look at how these things apply in the workforce. Just as you said, we need to address the needs of the whole child. We have to consider the whole employee and what they need to be successful in the workforce. Communication, time management skills, critical thinking and problem solving, teamwork, emotional intelligence, digital literacy, and initiative. And we know that kids think that they have these skills and employers say that they don't. This is according to Job Outlook. A study that they posted in 2018 said that kids severely overestimate their ability to be professional, to have a strong work ethic, to communicate proficiently, both written and orally, to use critical thinking and problem-solving skills, to display leadership attributes, to manage their careers and move them forward, and also to be fluent in a global and intercultural way.
According to the Manpower Group's research, that right now is the worst level in history where companies are reporting a lack of talent and qualified applicants. So if you're looking at historically our testing culture, where we've shifted to multiple choice and lack of problem solving as the way our schools are graded, it is worse now than it was in previous history, because as the workforce is changing, schools have shifted to more cut and dry.
And if we were so capable and
we got to cut it off there out of fairness. I'm sorry, Stacey. We got to be fair. I'm sure it was awesome. Hey, let me say this, okay? Judges, please, right now, be thinking about how you score this. I would love to have your answer in about a minute so we can cut out of here. If not, we can do it first thing tomorrow. Let me say this on behalf of Kasey also. Thank you all so much for your patience. I know we said that. I know it's a kind of a long day, but I don't know about you all. It felt like it went by pretty fast for distance learning. If you think about how long we've been at a computer, it's gone by pretty fast. And we will say also, this is our very first time delivering this workshop day one in this format. And so we did know that we didn't cover as much as we normally do, and Kasey and I are looking at, where we got to shave some time, but we're learning a lot. You will not hurt our feelings if you tell us, hey, John, Kasey, how about this, or this is what I liked, and this is what we think you can change, because we need you all to help us grow so that when we deliver this in July and in the future, it really helps us out. And then, of course, you're getting answers too. So we're all in this together. So here we go. It's Dan's team, Team A. 3, 2, 1. Show us your score. Kasey, help me keep the score. Got an 8,
7, 8,
8, and a 7 and an 8. There we go. If you'll write that down.
Yep.
Now I'll get the next one. So Team B, which is Megan's team. All right, I love this. 3, 2, 1, up. Oh, okay. But y'all, it's not over. We got 2 rounds. It gets crazy tomorrow.
All right, Trifecta, round two. Megan, y'all are going first, right?
Yes, we're ready.
Megan's folks, you want to raise your hands real quick to see what we got going? Judges, so you see your folks. All right, y'all ready?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
3 minutes, John, right?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, 3 minutes.
All right, listen to yourself on day one. Sometimes your toughest kid will turn out to be your greatest success.
It's okay to not be perfect.
You don't really have control over your classroom and your students. You need to build a relationships and establish boundaries and expectations.
And it only gets better from here.
Use humor.
Show your students that you're human. When you mess up, apologize. It's okay to laugh, cry, or to be disappointed. They can handle it.
Pee before your first class. You most likely won't have time again until you leave for the day.
Don't be a martyr to your job. Establish boundaries and take care of yourself.
Instruction is not the end all and be all. Teaching is so much more.
You will wear many hats in your career: teacher, therapist, extra parent, counselor. Stay away from the energy vampires. You will have enough to deal with without being around people who bring you down.
Don't be afraid to let others know your ideas. Your voice has value, whether you are on year 1 or year 30 of teaching.
Don't be afraid to ask for help and take good advice.
And always have a seating chart or a plan.
Learn students' names as fast as possible.
Testing isn't everything.
Befriend your support staff. They will save you.
You will want to quit at some point, but it's worth it to push through.
Parents can be your best advocate. They will support you when you include them in the conversation.
March is the worst. You can and will survive.
Don't be afraid to use your personal time. Remember that self-care point we talked about before?
Don't come to work when you are sick. The school can and will function without you there for the day.
Grade things promptly. You also don't have to grade everything.
You can teach under tough administration, and you will most likely outlast them.
Teaching is a gift. Don't forget that you matter and that you are changing lives. Hard work is worth it.
Your parents are so like neat and tidy.
Awesome. Some truth. All right, Dan, y'all ready?
Yep.
All right, 3 minutes.
What is your biggest obstacle to greatness? Well, I think you first need to decide what your destination is. You need to map out your road to greatness. Don't forget to prepare for pit stops along the way because everyone needs time to refuel.
You need to be flexible enough to change what doesn't work. Sometimes things just don't work. And we are like improv actors every day. During all of our classes, we have to go with the flow and change if something isn't going well.
Don't be afraid. Failure can hold you back. Nothing has to be perfect. You don't have to be perfect every day. Just try, and that will make all the difference.
One of my biggest obstacles to greatness is that I'm getting old. And I'm getting more and more distance between myself and my students. And they're not knowing any of they don't even know the Wizard of Oz references that I use.
Be humble. Teachers are human too.
And also along your path, don't forget to stop and ask for directions if you have to. It's okay to communicate with people. I know as a first-year teacher and as a newer teacher that you kind of become insecure, so it's okay to stop and ask for directions along the way.
And also, even as a veteran teacher, be willing to listen to the new teachers. We learned so much from Chelsea whenever she came onto our team about new inventive ideas and just new ways to do things. And if we had, not been willing to listen to her or to try to tell her what to do, then we would have missed so many blessings about the last 2 or 3 years.
Sometimes you're going to come to roadblocks along your way, and don't be afraid to take the detour because the road may be bumpy or there might be some curves in it. You're going to be able to get past that.
Don't take the path more traveled. Go where there isn't a path and make one.
Amen.
And if you need to judge whether or not you have made it to greatness, go back and check your roadmap. Did you refuel when you needed to so that you could provide everything you needed to for your students? Did you make your pit stops to save time for yourself and make yourself feel comfortable so that you can provide for your students? Did you make it to greatness? And if you didn't, where did you go off the road?
Lastly, you've got to know when to hold them, know when to fold them, know when to walk away, and know when to run. Never count your money while you're sitting at the table. There'll be time enough for counting when the dealing's done.
Thank you, Kenny.
Oh, Megan, your power's back on?
It is. I had to connect to a personal hotspot, but I think my actual internet is connected again. It just flickered on and off, but it totally bumped me offline. So.
Oh no, it's hang on.
Go, Stacy.
Ooh, wait,
Hey.
I've got to see the doc.
Hey, so everybody, we got round 3 of the trifecta. We are recording right here, and I know Dan's team will be going first. But real quickly, I just want to throw out there, there's a little bit of a challenge when you go into that breakout room because you're in your breakout room with your team, but then you probably start to break out into 3 other teams. And so it's kind of interesting. We love your feedback because I'm sure some of y'all maybe got on the phone, maybe got on the slideshow. We were wondering, because we didn't want to tell anybody, but we were wondering if anybody would start their own Zoom meeting and then come back in later to this meeting. And we felt like if we said that, then some people would feel like they had to do that. So we were kind of testing y'all to see what y'all found to be the cool thing to do. So please let us know about what y'all suggest with that. But Dan's team is going to rock it out. Dan, are y'all ready?
Yes, sir.
You got it. You got the show, man.
All right, Abby, I have the karaoke music. Ready?
Oh gosh, okay. I can't hear it.
Oh, that might not work then. Boss line, let's just do it.
I got it. I'll just go. Now, this is a story all about how our lives got flipped, turned upside down. And I'd like to take a minute just to sit right here. I'll tell you how COVID interrupted our academic atmosphere.
In Wuhan, China, born and created, not allowing others on the playgrounds where I spent most of my days, chilling out, maxing, relaxing online school, and sneezing and coughing not allowed in the school. When a couple of germs who were up to no good started making trouble in my neighborhood. I got one little sniffle. My teacher got scared. It said, "Cover your mouth. We must protect the fresh air."
I begged and pleaded with her day after day, but she kept making me log on every morning at 8. She gave me some chips and she gave me some chores. I signed into Zoom and I said, I might as well kick it. No real class, yo. This is bad. Doing learning at home ain't that rad. Will this be all right? But wait, I hear assistant and hard and all that. Is this the type of school that we should give these kids? I don't think so. I'll see you when I get there. I hope to prepare for the new germs in the air.
Well, school's back on, so I went out. There's a dude looking like a dog standing there with disinfectant. I ain't trying to get disinfected yet. I just got here. I hid my little sickness like nothing. I'm cleared. I whistled for my friends, and when they came near, their tag said fresh, and they had wipes in their locker. If anything, I could say that my life was rare, but I thought, nah, adopt it. Yo, this is the new fresh air.
I pulled up to my house about 3 or 4 and yelled to my mama, Ma, yo, I'll shower later. Looked at my bedroom. I was finally here. I sat with my homework and the smell of Lysol in my hair.
I want to throw out there real quickly, both Brittany and Abby on their data put 4s for their writing, and they're absolutely right. Beautifully written.
Okay, next up is a skit.
Okay. Are we ready, girls?
Yep. Hold on, let me position this.
All right. In the year 2040, the virus still rages on. All students are required to be disinfected upon entering the building. Biohazard suits must be worn by all students.
That trash bag?
Guilty.
Now that schools are free of germs, the 21st century students can now confirm the future belongs to those who can learn ... proper hygiene. Schools are now responsible for suffocation, excessive sweating, heat stroke, frizzy hair, rashes, breakouts, hydration, allergies.
Awesome. Awesome.
Is there something strange in your school today? Who are you gonna call? Germ busters. Something weird and it don't look good. Who are you gonna call? Germ busters. I ain't afraid of no bug. I ain't afraid of no virus.
Do you get the creeps when you touch a desk? Who you gonna call? Germ busters.
Germ busters.
An invisible germ sitting in your chair. Who you gonna call? Germ busters.
Germ busters.
I ain't afraid of no bug. I ain't afraid of no virus. Who you gonna call? Germ busters.
When you're in this place, don't touch your face. Who you gonna call?
Germ busters.
Teach wearing mask in your class. Who you gonna call? Germ
busters.
I ain't afraid of no bug. I ain't afraid of no virus. Cleaning makes me feel good. Hand soap makes me feel good. Who you gonna call?
Germ busters.
All right, judges, take that in real quickly before Megan's team starts.
Brought to you by
Great.
Dermot.
John, can I ask a question?
Yes, ma'am.
What are the judges doing while we're all in our breakout rooms?
Great question. So if you notice, we've been shooting them into yours, just they've been spying on y'all. But the main thing that we got to know is when y'all do this in the classroom, you're working with the judges a lot because they got to know the standards as well or better than anybody. And so actually what was cool was Kasey and I jumped into the judges group and we've been having this really nice discussion about what you would be doing and then how it would apply. So you're, as a teacher, you're always going back and forth to the judges, but then send them out once they got the understanding of what they're looking for, and then have them just silently go around and they're looking for teamwork, and then they're listening to the discussion that happens from the other team. So they're picking up so much vicariously. All right, so Megan's team, are you ready?
Yes, we are.
Let's do it.
Okay, so first up we have a commercial. Are you looking for love, a love of learning in all the wrong places? Are you tired of going on the same old class dates that leave you confused? Then try our app called The Differentiator. Fill out our quick online survey that will match you with your perfect school. Find teachers, instructional styles, and peers who connect with you on a deeper level. Remember, you don't have to be lonely. Find your perfect school at thedifferentiator.com.
Okay, we ready? In the year 2040, students have never known education without social distancing. Boys and girls arrive to school every day by their personal drone.
Don't forget your mask.
For attendance, students are scanned into Infinite Campus as they pass through by the barcode on their forehead. No more worries about students dropping their devices because now students have an embedded computer that capture their thoughts.
You're really thinking that?
Teachers now send specific differentiated instruction to each student's computer chip. If students forget to mentally submit their assignments, the teacher can send an electric nudge as a reminder.
Ow! Oh, I need to submit my math homework.
Okay, and our final one is a movie trailer. Coming soon to a streaming service for you, High School Musical 30, with all new love stories, drama, virtual pep rallies, and more. Troy and Gabriella are now grandparents, but their grandkids, Corona and Quarantina, don't understand how school was back in the day. Eating in a lunchroom, sitting in crowded classrooms, and studying handwriting just seems outdated. Just when they get the hang of virtual school, holographic instruction, and love in the age of social distancing, a computer virus threatens to change school as they know it. Troy and Gabriella will tell of the hardships they overcame in 2020 to help Corona and Quarantina adjust to in-person instruction. Can they really handle all being together? Streaming on Disney Minus soon.
Cute. Disney Minus. All right, judges. Now, normally, y'all, we would have the judges do their time. What we do when the judges are talking, collaborating a little bit, is we're telling the team about the next round, and we're kind of, buying some time, if you will. But right now, just to kind of speed it up, we're going to go individually with the judges. So, judges, Dan's team, they rocked it out first, and then Megan's team rocked it out. So, let's go with Dan's team. The score overall now, what is your score for them? Are y'all ready to hold this up? 3, 2, 1. All right, hold it close. We got 9s, 3 9s, 27.
Ooh.
So they got a total of 67. Kasey, check my scoring there. And then Megan's team. Now, Dan's team started out 4 behind, so no pressure, judges. Megan's team, here we go.
Really bad drum roll.
3, 2, 1. Where's the oh, they're going to fall just too short. Am I right there? Dan's team too short. All right. Gotta say this. How many of y'all got a little competitive? Because we were hearing some amazing stuff. Absolutely. Now, y'all do remember.
Because I was totaling too, so I guess I'm a little competitive.
They have a payoff now, right?